Today, an all-new Oprah. What you're about to see is graphic. First the parents, then their teenage sons.
Can you believe this has happened to your family?
What Lisa Ling uncovered inside the heart of America. This hour, they will all have to make a life or death decision.
If you don't make the call, the deal's off.
Next.
So Lisa Ling spent a week in Richland County, Ohio, a community that has been ravaged by addiction. For many of these addicts, heroin has cost them their jobs, their homes, their families. It is what has happened to the Hawks. Mike, Darla, and their 2 teenage sons are all addicted to heroin. Dr. Reef is a psychiatrist and addiction specialist at UCLA Medical Center, joining the Hawk family in Richland County. What do you want to say to the Hawks? And what do you say about this whole situation?
Yeah, you know, Oprah, Mike and I spoke earlier, and he had told me about how successful he was at one time. I mean, he was making about $100,000 a year. He had a house, he had pride, he had respect, he had all this stuff going on in his life. And then due to a work injury, he ends up getting prescription pills, and his brain was hardwired to he was vulnerable to have an addiction. So unfortunately, he ended up leading on this road to prescription pill dependence. And then, of course, we heard the story about heroin. This is a common story. Yeah. I've heard this story over and over again in the addiction community. We are in a prescription pill epidemic right now. Right. And because heroin is so accessible and so cheap, it's all over the place. And a lot of these people are falling prey to heroin addiction. The thing that I would tell Mike and Darla, I mean, you know, I really feel for you guys. I really do. But, I mean, you took the role of being a parent, right? And parents are role models. And when you take on the responsibility of being a parent, you take on the responsibility of caring for your kids. You made the choice to be a parent because it's a choice. And when that happens, you know, you're responsible for these guys. And instead of a family dinner and a family picnic, it's family time to shoot heroin. That has to stop. It has to stop.
So, Mike, Sr., I understand you sold everything in the house, every item in the house you all have sold.
We've liquidated everything we own, our TVs, furniture, our vehicles, everything.
We don't own nothing.
In the name of heroin, just to be able to... I don't know what's going on. I wish I knew why. I just...
What do you want to say, Doctor?
What do you want to say?
Lost would be a good word. Lost is a good word.
Yeah, this shows the power of the addiction. It absolutely, the addiction is speaking for them. They are not driving their own life car. The heroin is driving the car. And the heroin is saying, don't get treatment. What do you need treatment for? I'm here. I'll take care of you. You'll feel good the rest of your life. And the reality is we're seeing this wonderful family. We're seeing this spiral, this downward spiral into destruction. And there's a baby involved, a 13-month baby.
Yeah. And what the doctor was saying is that this is a common story, America. Those of you who are like shocked to see this, it's a common story. Doctors prescribe pain pills all over this country. And what a lot of people have found is that heroin is a lot cheaper than the pain pills. If you were to try to buy the same pain pills that you had been prescribed, buy those on the street, they cost 10 times more than the heroin. The heroin is stronger, and so people become addicted to the heroin.